have to test it. I've only done this a couple times. Testing. Sound.
Testing.
Okay.
Sound.
Okay, I'll stop doing that.
Okay.
That'll be the last time. I just worried that the sound is too low. I'm too quiet. So I guess I had a long day today, and I usually record my YouTube stuff on Friday, but I didn't feel like it because I had a long day and I wasn't feeling great. So I want to still stream every day. I mean every week. I don't know why, but I feel like I should. So I thought, why don't I just stream today? Because streaming is easier than recording. Recording takes like 3 hours, but streaming only takes an hour because I only do it for an hour. I guess I could try to do it longer, but I guess I would like build up to it. I don't want to. It would be too hard to do 3 hours straight. So I did bring a topic today. Last time I did Star Wars, and I didn't do a great job, but I guess it was better than talking about nothing. I don't know what else nobody commented or anything. I guess that's a big part of Twitch, is like commenting to people, but like if nobody's there, then what are you supposed to say? So I thought I should bring a topic, just so the whole point of this is to keep talking. So what would I do? Yeah, like I mentioned before, I was afraid before to bring topics because I didn't want to waste them, and I wanted to still have stuff to talk about in my YouTube thing, but I'm like, I'll just talk about the same stuff, who cares? So I thought I would talk about Breath of the Wild today because it's kind of fresh in my mind. I'm still playing it. Now, I didn't finish it, and I like it a lot, but I thought it would be interesting to talk about because there's some stuff that I didn't really like, and I haven't looked up any reviews yet, so I feel like untainted in my opinions. Maybe I'm totally wrong, or I feel like I always look up, especially with movies, I always look up reviews, but for games I guess I don't really. So like my opinions get tainted and like I just copy other people. Sorry. But for games I guess I don't do that. I guess I don't really... Well, I was gonna say I don't have opinions about games, but that's not really true. So I don't know why I thought that. I have everything on my phone, but it's in low power mode, so it keeps turning off. I guess I have a lot of negatives. That's always my problem, is like, I just think about the negatives more than the positives. But so I'll start with the positives, which is this feels closer to like what a Zelda game should be. It should be more open. There should be a lot more exploration than like Skyward Sword had, and it should be less linear, but that's all good stuff. Did I... Oh no, never mind. Also, I guess you would say, like, I'm not sure how to say it exactly, but like the programming of it is really good. I haven't come across any glitches, or like everything's worked the way it's supposed to, which is really impressive for a game that big, because like you play Elder Scrolls and like I remember playing that game and like glitching all over the place. but Zelda's been perfect so far. Maybe other people have had glitches, but riding the horse is kind of not always great. I don't really ride the horse that much. But everything works, and everything feels good. Like the controls, like it's polished really well. It's perfect. It's like, I mean, as good as you can get, pretty much. So that's all good stuff. Is that really all the only good stuff I had to say? Yeah, I guess. All the other stuff the game does, like, okay, can I give her a gift? I don't know. Oh, I guess so. Okay. I thought I already gave her. I need water. Oh. What was I saying? Bad stuff, bad stuff. I guess the first thing that comes to mind is someone who likes story and characters. Those are the things that are, I guess, most important to me. So that's just a personal preference thing. Like if you like a game that feels good, like controls really well, and has a lot of open stuff, then you'll really like this game. And it might be your favorite game ever. But for me, the first obvious thing that comes to mind is the voice acting and the lip syncing is not good. Like, compared to the game came out, what, like 2017? I know it's not fair to compare it to like A Last of Us, or I guess you would compare it to a game like Elder Scrolls, or I mean, I get it is fair to compare it to a game like Grand Theft Auto. I didn't like Grand Theft Auto, but the cutscenes are much better. So, and that's an open world game, so even the cutscenes in the Zelda game are like, I mean, they look good, but the voice acting and the lip sync is off, and they have hard, like, I think they're hard coded subtitles in the bottom, which is kind of like a pet peeve of mine. I don't like reading subtitles. I like looking at the characters. I don't want to like be reading. I mean, the whole point of a video is that you can see it. So like, if you're reading subtitles, what's the point? Just make it a book. It sounds like there's something on my window. Okay, I'm getting distracted by the window. Didn't really do anything today. I guess I want to buy a barn next. So maybe I should see what I need for that. I need more horseradishes to give to... So yeah, I haven't looked at any reviews, so I'm not sure what people are saying. And like, I wasn't spoiled about the story or anything. But like, none of the voice acting is very good. It feels very out of place. All of it, like, it's weird. Maybe you would say like, well, maybe because Zelda's never had voice acting before, it feels weird. But they should be able to do it. I don't know why it feels so off. There's something off about it. All the voice acting. I mean, the writing isn't great. I was gonna say just maybe it's because there's so little writing in it that it's like there's no time to develop the characters. But I feel like I remember Grand Theft Auto did a pretty decent job of like having good writing. Grand Theft Auto 5 is the only one I've ever played. Um, and they didn't really have that many cutscenes, I don't remember. So oops. Ugh. Um, I feel like I remember in Skyward Sword liking the story more. Um, so maybe I'm comparing it like subconsciously to Skyward Sword and being like, this story isn't as good. I know in that game they made you. There was no there was no voice acting in that game. They I don't know. I don't know why. I guess I didn't really think through why I didn't like the story that much. And the characters. Yeah. I feel like you don't have to sacrifice, in an open world game, you don't really have to sacrifice characters and story. But I feel like that's what they did. They didn't really give you that much story, and they were just like, go explore the world. I guess it's a choice of like committing to an open world game and being like, well, we don't want the player to have to be watching cutscenes all the time, and we want them to explore for the most of the game. But for some reason, I'm thinking of Bravely Second. That's an example for me of a game with too much, like way too much dialogue. I don't know why I brought that up. That distracted me. Where are the fish? How do you fish? Aren't there supposed to be like bubbles? Okay, I got distracted. So let's just talk about a new topic. Okay, so this is probably something other people have brought up. Again, I didn't look at any reviews, but so the dungeons are definitely. I mean, I want to say bad, but they're. It feels like they sacrificed the dungeons for just more room in the overworld. The dungeons feel very small, and there's not a lot of puzzles involved. I guess my favorite one was well, I did like the elephant and what's the other one? Like the camel. Those were okay. The other two I didn't like. They were pretty simple and small. Yeah, the elephant, I remember that was a cool idea of having like the trunk spew water, and then you had to like lift it up to turn off fires and stuff, and then you could climb on it. That was fun. But the dungeons, in a game that's meant to feel so big, it's weird that they made the dungeons feel small. I wonder if that's just like a problem with programming, like they didn't have enough space to make the dungeons bigger. just in the memory of the game. So how do I... Okay, what do I need for a barn? $6,000. I just need money. I can get that wood easy, but I need money. I should go into the mine and get stuff. I need to get my eggs. I keep forgetting. So you think about the dungeons, and then also the bosses are pretty boring and simple. And they didn't come up with a good solution to, like, if you're overpowered, like, so I mean you could pick any dungeon to go to. So the first dungeon you go to is going to be kind of hard because it's the beginning of the game, but the second dungeon's easier, and the third dungeon's easier, and the fourth dungeon's the easiest, which is the opposite of what you want. You want the game to be harder because you've played it for longer and you're more skilled. So they didn't come up with a solution to that, which is kind of a problem in open world games. You don't know where the player's going to go, so how do you make the game more challenging as you go if you don't know how they're going to play? Either you direct them somewhere, or you make I don't know. Yeah, you just I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'm not like a game genius. So the dungeons are bad and the bosses are bad. It's just Water Blight Ganon and then Thunder Blight Ganon. Like it's not fun. I don't know. The bosses weren't very interesting. It's pretty boring. I'm not doing anything interesting here. I should go into the mines and get like a new sword or something. I'll do that tomorrow, I promise. Let's look at the calendar. Isn't this where the calendar is? So I guess related to the dungeons being not interesting or very big is also the shrines are I guess what they're trying to do with the shrines is to give you more puzzles, and because Zelda, I mean, Zelda is a puzzle game. That's what it's kind of supposed to be. So they give you all, like, there's like I don't know, there's like 100 shrines that you can play, but they're all pretty simple. I had this dumb idea, I think I mentioned it before, of like how to make the shrines more interesting. I mean, coming up with puzzles is hard. Like, there's a reason why Portal 2 or Portal is like an amazing game, because the puzzles are really interesting and fun and hard, and it's hard to come up with puzzles. So I mean, if you just made better puzzles, then that would solve the problem. But I was thinking it could be fun. Well, the other obvious thing the Zelda's different than other Zeldas is because they don't give you... This is the first Zelda, I think, where they don't give you, like, new um, gear, like for every dungeon. So usually you go to a dungeon, you get the bow and arrow, you get the boomerang, you get the slingshot, whatever. This game doesn't do that. They give you these things called runes, and the rune, right at the beginning of the game, you have all the runes. And they do a good thing where you can upgrade the runes and make them stronger. But you can only upgrade them like once, I think, and they don't really do that much. That just makes them like, oh, this lasts longer and this bomb can explode bigger, which isn't really very interesting. So that's kind of a cool idea, and I like it that they give you the runes at the beginning of the game, all of them, and then you can upgrade them later. For an open world game, that makes sense. But it does feel like it takes away from part of exploration of the old Zelda games, is like going to a dungeon being like, oh, what am I gonna get? I know it gets old. Every Zelda game has a bow and arrow, and every Zelda game has a boomerang, so it's not fun. It's like, oh, it's the same old thing every time. But I mean, you can introduce new stuff like they did in this game. They introduced this magnesis thing where like you can control metal, and that's like a cool new thing. And the stasis thing that like stops time. So they had good ideas there for like new stuff. I understand that you can't really introduce new runes for every dungeon because obviously you need the runes to explore the shrines, and you need the shrines to get the Master Sword. So it would defeat the purpose of like, if you get to a shrine and you can't do it yet, like that's against the whole purpose of the game. Is like you should be able to explore all the shrines and all the dungeons and everything right at the beginning. Why are they sad? I fed them, didn't I? I was thinking to make it more interesting, you have like a base shrine, like a base amount of runes, like what you start with the game. And you can explore. I usually like to keep one. Pepper. How do I only do one? I forget. Whatever. I'll get some later. I need money. So what if you had a base amount of shrines, runes, like you do in the game that you start with, and you can explore every shrine with those runes. So there are a lot of regions in the game, but there are 4 divine beasts. So you can divide the map into 4 sections, and each shrine is controlled by a divine beast, like controlled. So you go to a divine beast and you get a new rune in the dungeon. And then once you beat the divine beast, it unlocks like a second level to all the shrines. I'm not sure exactly how that would work. Like, do you have to beat all of them first and then go back? Or I guess it would just be if you didn't beat all of them. Okay, I wanted to go to the mine. If you didn't beat all the shrines before you beat the divine beast, then once after you beat the divine beast, you can go to the shrines, but you have to beat the first level before you get to the second level of the shrine. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I need my sword, and I need That's it. Well, let's take this. Because that's a way to make the shrines more complicated. Because every shrine in the game, they're very small and they're kind of just like, oh, this shrine is the bomb shrine. You use bombs in this shrine, and so it's very simple. This shrine is like the stasis shrine, and sometimes you have to use stuff together, but it's never really very interesting. So what if you got a new rune in a Divine Beast's dungeon, and then once you left, you unlocked a new level of the shrines that used that rune combined with like whatever you used in the first level of the shrine. I guess that's not great because then you kind of already know what rune to use, so that would make the puzzle easier if you already knew what rune to use. Uh-oh, I'm stupid. Don't hire me to make your game because I'll ruin it. It has a 97 on Metacritic, and I'm like, here's how to make it better. Don't listen to me. I'm gonna ruin your game. I guess I was trying to just think how to. I want that, like, you go to a dungeon and you like get stronger from it. Like you get new gear and you get I guess they try to do that with like getting new weapons and stuff when you're in a dungeon, but the swords break so quick. It's like, well, I don't really feel like I'm getting stronger. I want to, yeah, that's part of the, I don't know. I never really felt like I was getting, like, progressing and getting better after I beat the dungeons. That's one of the problems in the game for me. Basically, the way you get stronger is, well, by getting hearts, and by getting armor and stuff. I feel like the main thing is getting potions, and I guess that's like a personal preference thing for me. Is like, I don't know, for some reason I don't like using potions. I feel like I don't want to use this, I'm gonna need it later, and so I never use anything. But I guess the game, it's good. The game kind of forces you to use potions and stuff, because without them you can't really beat anything. I lost my train of thought again. What's something that I didn't like about? Okay, so another good thing is they made the Master Sword feel more special. In other Zelda games, it's just like sometimes they do a good job. Like, I guess Link to the Past is like, it's fun to get the Master Sword, but in the recent games, it's just kind of like a formality. Like, you know you're gonna get it. But it was fun. Like, I stumbled into the forest, and I found my way into like the area with the Master Sword. And it was like special, and they did some cool music, and I was like, oh wow, that's the Master Sword. And it felt, and then you try to take it out, and you almost die because you don't have enough hearts, and you're like, oh, I need to get stronger to get this Master Sword, and that was really cool. That was a good thing they did, because in most other Zelda games, it's like, you get the Master Sword because you have to, but this felt like special, like I really earned it. So that was really good. And I do remember liking Skyward Sword for some reason. I haven't played it since it first came out, but for some reason this definitely feels like this is so close to being like what Zelda needs to be. But it did feel like they sacrificed some old elements of what a Zelda game is, like puzzles and dungeons and bosses, for just like making the world bigger. Hopefully in the future game, like, they won't have to make that sacrifice. Like, they could just make the dungeons super big and also make the world super big. If that's why they did it, then I totally understand. Like, oh, they just didn't have enough space to make the dungeons bigger, and they I don't know, but it's like, couldn't you be more creative with the bosses? You don't need disk space to do that. I'm gonna die soon. Shoot, I just had a thought and I lost it. Need to go back home. Yeah, I feel like there's not much progression. Why is my throat so scratchy? I feel like there's not much progression with, like, getting gear and stuff. I mean, I guess getting armor is the most interesting thing, and, like, upgrading armor, that's kind of fun. But getting swords and stuff, I feel like you get, like, really good swords at the beginning of the game, and then... So it doesn't feel like you're progressing that much with, like, swords and shields and stuff. It's just like you run out of them really quick, so... They have to constantly be giving you good swords, otherwise you'll run out and they don't know where you're gonna go, so they have to just... I feel like an hour into the game you already have, like, a bunch of good, like, the best swords in the game, pretty much. Or you can get them. So I feel like I did play the game kind of wrong, because I went to... The first place I went to was the Zora place, and you have to beat this Lionel boss to get to the dungeon, and I feel like he's pretty tough, so I played him a couple times, and I'm like, I'm not good enough, I need more potions, and I need more hearts. So I did a bunch of shrines, and I got stronger, but I got, like, way too strong. And so the rest of the game, I was kind of overpowered. And I was doing a bunch of shrines that was, like, giving me all these really good equipment. And I was only, like, a couple hours into the game, and I had, like, this level 60 shield and, like, this level 40 axe already. And I felt like, oh, this is... Am I supposed to have this good stuff already? I didn't really get... Should I sell the copper? Or should I keep it for something? Well, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that, and okay. Blah. Something good. I don't know what to bring. So much stress. I'm not gonna go. I'll go. Oh, I got a radish. Okay, I'll bring that. I'm not gonna cook it. I'm just gonna bring a raw radish. Yeah, I had one more major point, but I don't think I wrote it down. And I thought of it before, but I should have just said it, but because now I forget. Can I pick these? No. I can pick these? Nope. I should buy more seeds, but today's Wednesday. Oh, okay, I remember the big thing. Side quests. I haven't ever... I can't blame Zelda for this, because I haven't ever played an open world game that has fixed this side quest problem that I've always had, which is... I always play the first couple side quests and I'm like into it and I'm focused on the story and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And eventually I get to a point where I'm just skipping all the dialogue and the side quests and just doing the side quests because I feel like I have to, because like I bought the game and I want to play the whole game. But so I always have this problem. Ooh, grapes. I need to get my sword. I need to put stuff away. Yeah. So I never really enjoy playing side quests. And this game, I feel like I haven't really played any interesting side quests yet. Maybe there are a bunch, and I'm like, but I feel like most of them are just like you go up and talk to somebody, and they're like, do this thing for me. You do it, like take this picture or give me 10 stones. And it's like, I don't want to run your errands for you. I don't want to do that. Don't make me go do stuff. Like, that's boring. But I feel like I have to because it's part of the game and I want to play the whole game. So I do it. And so while I do this side quests, I usually like, I'll watch YouTube or listen to a podcast or something, and I'll just like Google how to do the side quest, which is bad. But that's the game's fault, I feel like, if it's not making me interested in the side quest. So, how do you solve that problem? I had an idea, which was... Again, I've never made a game, so I don't know what I'm talking about, and this is probably a bad idea, but, so for me personally, how would I fix the side quest problem? I always like the main story in games, for the most part. I mean, it's a Zelda game, how am I not gonna like it? It's like, it's Zelda, and you're on this adventure, you're traveling around the world, and it's fun. So I'm on board. You know I'm on board. I'm playing your game. You know I like your story. So I got a comment. Okay, I'm gonna be awkward when I get comments because I don't usually get them. Hey guys, I think you're the only one here. I've been talking to myself about Zelda Breath of the Wild. I was talking about side quests. What was I saying? So... I don't remember this. I need a better sword. Okay, I need to run away. No. Yeah, I guess I've been doing this for 2 weeks and nobody's ever commented before. So I guess if you wanted to change the topic, or you wanted to talk about something else, I should be open to that. But I was talking about Zelda. I'm not sure how I'll handle that. You guys are tough. So, side quests are always bad. Okay, I have to start talking again. So if you know that I'm playing your game, you know that I like your main story, and I'm interested in what's happening in the main story. Otherwise, I would just stop playing, because what else would there be? There's nothing else. So if you want to get me interested in your side quests, then why don't you make it branch off the main story? Like, I liked this guy, one of the Zora characters, like the Prince character. He was fun and interesting. So like, if he introduced a side quest, I would be on board with that, and I would be like, oh, let's help this guy. Let's do what he wants to do, because it's part of the. It feels like it's part of the main story, but really you're like tricking me into like going into a side quest. That's not necessary. I haven't found anything interesting in this mine. And then, so basically every side quest would be a branch off the main story. So then maybe on one of the Prince side quests you meet another character, or you meet something else that you can do, and then you're on a new side quest. And they do something similar to that with the Gerudos, because whatever her name is, like the leader of the Gerudos, she says, after you beat the Divine Beast, she's like, if you help everybody in the town, then I'll give you this Thunder Helm. And like, so that's an example of like, oh, like I'm interested. He's eating me. I'm interested in this this leader character, and like I want to do what she's saying. So, and I have this incentive to get this weird Thunder Helm thing. So I actually did. I was excited kind of to do those side quests, because I wanted to, because it felt like it was important, because one of the important characters was making you do it. And also you had this incentive to get the Thunder Helm. So I guess that's kind of where I got the idea from. Like, I hate how you have to, like, all the side quests are like you go up to somebody and you're like, and then they're like, hey, can you do this thing for me? I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. but I feel like I have to, and so that's why I don't like it's like an obligation to do something I don't want to do. What's this do? I don't know. What should I get rid of? I don't know what those things do. I got a little bit distracted by the comment. Yeah, I'm not gonna sure how I'm gonna react to like people commenting. I think that guy was just like coming in to see if there were other people here, and then he just probably left. Sorry if you're still here, but that's from that comment. That's like the impression that I got, is like, hey, people are here. Nope. If you can't, yeah, I should mention that like I covered up the part of the screen that says how many people are watching, so I don't get distracted by that. I don't. But yeah, I still do want to see the comments if any come in, because I'd like to be engaging, I guess. But I don't want to be distracted by, like, oh, the number went up, now it went down. Need water. It's also really hot in my apartment. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure how accurate this is. Can you see it? It says 82 degrees. I usually, it's like 20 degrees outside, but I don't know why it gets so hot in here. I actually like it warmer, but that's a little bit too high. Like, I like 75 or 74 is fine, but that's 82 is crazy. I'm not sure if it's accurate. I feel pretty okay right now. Blah. But I think that's why my throat's dry. Yeah. Okay, I've been doing okay today. Okay, I don't think I need a better sword. Ah! Do I just buy it, or? $3 to $7. I could buy that. Ugh, I ate dinner before, so I'm all stomachy. 2 to 4, 3 to 7. Why is that one? What is that? Why is it? That one's lower. That don't make no sense. I guess I talked about side quests as much as I can. I mean, even the good games that are like, I don't know, the games that are like really good and they have a lot of critical praise. I never like playing the side quests. And the worst case scenario for me is like I get distracted by the side quests and I start playing all of them, and then I forget what's happening in the main story. So then I'm less invested in the story, and then I'm like, oh, what's even the point of doing any of this? That kind of happened when I played the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, I was doing that game is really good, and the side quests in that one are pretty interesting. Like, there's a part where you go to like Atlantis, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I remember forgetting, like, I did the side quests a bunch, and it was like 1 week or 2 weeks since I had done the main quest, and I'm like, what was I even doing? Like, I was doing something with my dad, and like, what was his deal? And I forgot everything. And that's the worst. It's like they gave you so many side quests that you forget what's going on in the main quest, and now you're not invested in anything that's happening. What's this? Does this just make all my plants grow faster, or? Yeah, I don't know how Twitch works. I don't mean to offend. Yeah, if you're still watching, and if you're a real person, but you seem like you might be maybe a robot. MC Maker Station Official. That sounds like maybe you're not a real person, which is okay. You can be a robot. Robots will control us one day, so I have to be nice to them. Me sell hats. I don't want a hat. Oh. My mom gave me $500. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know how Twitch works. I started following a bunch of people on Twitch. Just, I don't know, just like from Twitter, I'm just like following people. So I have like 30 followers or something. That might be somebody who follows me and he's like, I wonder if there's like a program you can write to like comment in all of your whenever you're, that would be pretty complicated, but like if one of your followers goes live, you post a comment in their video so that other people see your comment and then they go to your videos. That'd be pretty shady, Mr. Maker, if that's what you're doing. That's not cool. You're cheating. Oops. I wanted to get the watering can. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna comment like that, maybe make it something more interesting than "Hey guys, hey guys." What if you're like, "Hey guys, don't come to my channel"? Then you'd be like, "What? This guy must be interesting if he doesn't want me to come." Oh, I thought I could pick these. Okay, 10 more minutes. Oop, 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 oop. $2,000. I'm 1/3 of the way to the barn. Yeah, so people on Twitch, they have schedules. So obviously, I should probably do a schedule. People, they stream a lot. I guess I understand because it's like, it's easy to stream. I could come home at like 7 o'clock and stream for an hour and just, I don't know, instead of watching TV, I could do that, but I don't really want to because I want to watch. Did I forget to feed the chickens again? Yeah, dang it, they're gonna die. Gotta feed my chickens. I bought these stupid chickens to get money and now I'm ignoring them. Okay, let's sell. Well, let's keep a pepper and sell. Well, let's keep that too. Well, let's keep that too. Well, let's sell. Well, let's keep this and sell this. And sell that. What the heck? So I guess my schedule would be, I was trying to do this at 8 o'clock, and then I was like, well, I guess I had to psych myself up for 10 minutes. And let's bring this pepper to the thing and see if people like peppers. Feed your chickens. Don't forget to feed your chickens. So my schedule will be just Saturdays at 8, but yeah, today I didn't want to do that, so I did it on Friday, and I'm going to record tomorrow. I think I'm going to play Breath of the Wild and just talk about what I talked about today, pretty much. Let's go to this festival. I like that idea of recording on the weekend at night, because it's like people like me, we don't have anything to do, so it'd be nice if you had somebody to just hang out with. But I'm sure other people do that and they're much better at it. So the benefit of watching my videos would be like nobody else is watching, so you could comment and I would see it. Hopefully I don't get any like troll people. I guess that's something that could happen because I've just been following everybody on Twitter, so somebody could show up who's like, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't worry about that until it happens, but like somebody that I wouldn't want to be here. Okay, I brought something for the soup. A hot pepper, that's a great idea. Everybody's gonna love that. I don't think I have anything to give her. Nope. Okay, how do I end this? Do I have to talk to everybody? Just the mayor. Really? I have to talk to everybody? Mr. Governor. Probably had a couple more things to say about Breath of the Wild, but I don't want to start it until because it's the end. Yeah, I didn't have a great day. Oh, I did everything. How do I see the missions again? Can I not see them? I'll look at it later then. I had a pretty bad day at work today, but I didn't feel as depressed as I was feeling earlier this week, which is good. I still am looking for a new job, and I haven't really even started anything with that, so that's stressful. It's like I still keep thinking like I'm not going to be able to find anything that I'm going to like doing. I wonder if anybody watched and they didn't comment. I think if I watched a video like this, I probably wouldn't comment. I'm not really eliciting comments in it, like I'm not saying anything like where you could comment back, but I guess it would be nice if a real person and not a robot. Mr. Maker, you robot. You a robot. Okay, that's everybody. Oh. It's funny how like you see, I don't know, they do this on purpose. It's like you see her standing here and you're like, oh, I like her, she's by herself. Oh, stupid. It's just like pixels, but it's like, oh, I like her. Okay, am I done? Okay, let's do this and then I'll be finished. Oh, I'm gonna stretch. Oh. This would be a good way to poison the governor if you wanted to. We didn't like it. Okay. Um, they didn't like my hot peppers. Okay, we did it. Another week. I feel like I've been... Has it been... Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. But I've recorded 2 weeks. And the first week I didn't record. Still haven't gotten any comments or anything. Or people watching or whatever. But I guess I don't care about that. But I guess I'm worried about next week. I don't know if I had a lot to talk about with Zelda, but I don't know what I'll talk about next week. I'm going to start reading that Joseph Campbell book, so maybe I could do that. Okay, I need to take a nap. It's 9 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a stream. It's so dumb. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I need to think of a full song. It's weird to just do one line. I need help. I need my followers to help me write a song. I have the first line. 9 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a stream. What's the next line? You can't rhyme stream with stream. I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. Just another manic Monday. Okay. I guess I'll see you next Saturday. Nobody. But yeah, I really, I mean, it would be nice if people were watching, but it's okay. It's not about the watching. It's about the talking. And I'm doing it. Oh. Okay, so that's it for today. I guess I'll try to post these on YouTube, and just because I can download them and stuff. Just for giggles. You know what? I did want to, if nobody was watching, I did want to try. Okay, so did I save? No. Let's save. I don't know if I should stop recording. I wanted to try to play just a game of Rocket League to see how that... Oh, that's good. To see how that went. I don't think anybody's watching. Oh. For maybe like 15 minutes. For some reason I felt like self-conscious about if somebody was watching and switching games. But since nobody's watching, I want to maybe try... What's happening? Oh, I have to pick. Ah, wait, what's happening? No. I think I'm definitely an animal product guy. And 20% is better than 10%, so... Oh, look at all those eggy points. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna stop streaming and then I'll start a new stream. Should I do that? Screw it. It's saved, right? So, we're gonna go into Rocket League. Let's see what happens. Just another manic